Steve Cordasco, John Walker, the team at Mercer Advisors. They can help you call them. My listeners, a pair of them in Narberth, Pennsylvania, late 50s, caring for a sick parent, grandchild on the way, heard me talk about the Cordasco Financial Network, part of Mercer Advisors. They made the call. Steve and his team put together a comprehensive retirement plan. They mapped out their timeline, cash flow, portfolio mix, ran the numbers, the what-if scenarios. You've got to do the same thing. Call this number, 855-558-3500, 855-558-3500. The Cordasco Financial Network, that's a trade name owned by Mercer Global Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Andrew Garrett, Inc., which is not affiliated with Cordasco Financial Network or Mercer Advisors. Client experiences will vary. Successful outcomes are not guaranteed. Time now for the headlines from Smerconish.com, the newsletter. A couple of housekeeping things up front. First of all, a thank you to PJ and Randy from Creative Outfit for all of their able assistance with regard to our YouTube videos, but especially this week because there's just been a lot going on behind the scenes, and I'm very appreciative. The second thing that I want to say is vacation looms. Yeah, this is my last live day for a bit, but the show will go on. The newsletter will go on. The daily survey questions will go on, and you all will be in great hands. TC can attest to this. Never have I put so much time and attention into what will go on when I'm not here as I have for what's coming. Thank you, Danny Savalos. Thank you, Dr. Maz. Congratulations, by the way, on Wonder Drug. And thank you, Tara Setmayer, as well. That triumvirate, that threesome will be tremendous. You know Danny from the legal analysis that he provides at NBC. Dr. Maz, of course, my original intern, both a lawyer and a doctor, now the CEO of a major healthcare system based in New Jersey. And Tara, of course, is our favorite on The View and everywhere else. So you're in great hands. I will see you soon. TC, what else do we have?
Well, first, people are asking, since you're doing housekeeping, if there'll be a 7:30 YouTube live tomorrow morning. So
yes,
let's just get that out there.
Yes. Saturday. I'm on CNN tomorrow. I am on CNN tomorrow, knee deep in that show prep already, obviously, and then I shut down. So I've got a little bit of radio and one TV show. You know what will happen, especially on CNN. Thank you, kind POTUS listeners, for not falling into the I knew he'd get fired trap, because that will come after tomorrow, right? Especially post Kellyanne Conway. Can you imagine if Kellyanne Conway were a guest on the show right before vacation, and then everybody went, batshit crazy, and then I wasn't there for 2 weeks? Whoa!
And then they put out a thing that said, no, a prearranged vacation.
And sure. Right. Yeah, that would be like one of those Fox, Jesse Waters vacations, Tucker Carlson, because that's the Fox trick. The Fox trick is when a host gets in hot water, all of a sudden they're on vacation. It was pre-scheduled. We all knew he was going on vacation.
But Michael, it works. It works.
It does work.
Everybody's mind. The news cycle just goes, and all of a sudden they're gone.
Right.
It's
because
out of mind.
Because it's an outrage today, but there'll be another outrage tomorrow. Anyway, I have not been fired, as far as I know.
No, exactly. Not yet. All right. Survey results yesterday. Boy, huge voting on the survey question. I kind of recall there was a conversation between the two of us yesterday about whether people would vote on this. Is this a good survey question? Is a federal gas tax holiday a, quote, gimmick? 11,159 votes. That's a big number. And rounding up, 67% said, yes, it was a gimmick.
Doesn't mean it was the wrong thing to do. Doesn't mean that it was the wrong thing to do. And I think that some may read into yesterday's survey question that I was being condemning of the effort. No, I just don't think it's going to matter a lot. But if I were president of the United States, I could see doing the same thing, because it must be so frustrating for President Biden. And he just wants to show that, I'm trying to do something. But 2/3 said it's a gimmick. 2/3 said it's a gimmick.
And today's survey question, you're going with SCOTUS or Senate. SCOTUS or Senate? And the question is, which is more consequential? SCOTUS striking down the New York concealed carry, or the Senate passing a bipartisan gun deal?
And in my mind, it's a clear winner in SCOTUS, because it's just a reminder that no matter what happens in the legislature, in the end, if it doesn't get through the court system, then it just doesn't happen. They are, yes, we have 3 branches of government. I get it. But in the end, if you can't get passed on a Second Amendment review, the Supreme Court of the United States, then it's not going to become law. So upper hand to SCOTUS, but it's a fun question. Yesterday was a momentous day. We have Amy Howe's coverage from SCOTUS blog on the New York law. The Supreme Court on Thursday struck down a New York handgun licensing law that required New Yorkers who wanted to carry a handgun in public to show a special need to defend themselves. I explained yesterday that Philadelphia used to have the exact same standard. I was subject to it. I met that threshold. And meanwhile, as the Supreme Court was handing down that decision, the Senate passed this bipartisan gun deal for the first time in 3 decades, giving President Biden a win that he much needs. To me, the most significant aspect of it is a heightened background check for those below the age of 21. No restriction on what firepower you can purchase, but you'll need to go through an additional level of review.
All right, let's talk about Joe Biden's cheat sheet.
Yes.
With the Daily Mail at Smerconish.com, and in the newsletter headline, Joe Biden accidentally reveals cheat sheet, reminding him to take your seat, all caps, you, all caps, give brief comments 2 minutes, and you, all caps, depart at meeting with wind industry executives. What is your take on this?
So we refer to this as a thumbnail, the slide that we use when people go onto my YouTube. You see this delivery of headlines in the daily newsletter. There needs to be a way for us to frame visually the conversation. So today's thumbnail is a split screen. PJ came up with, you see a distant shot of the president holding notes and then the close-up of what is actually in his hand. And we went through, how do we categorize this? We wanted to have some alliteration. How do we caption it? And we went with neat, as in organized, or needy, as in, holy crap, does he really need to be told, you enter the Roosevelt room and say hello? Yikes.
I'm always fast to say, hey, I make lists all day
Whoa. I'm not gonna flash mine to you. Let me just say
all day long.
Okay, I'm gonna flash mine. Ready? Here we go.
Are you sure?
I have one for today. Want another look?
I just froze it. I froze it.
Right. So what does it say? It says pay people. UPS. I have to go to the UPS store.
Wow, the glamorous life of a talk
This is so funny. I'm not showing it. I'm not going to show it to you up close, a la Biden. But it just occurred to me. I have my own sitting in front of me.
Okay. We all
so
have that,
then I need to suspend my newspaper delivery. I need to order blood. I need to make. I need to order a blood test.
Oh.
I need to make an introduction between James, our newsletter editor, and someone new to the team.
Okay.
I have a CNN call, and there may or may not be some personal grooming reminder there. So, okay, but I'm not the president of the United States. I'm not 79.
No. Hang on. Time out. That is a normal list.
Right.
That's like a grocery list. That's a list that we all do.
But holy shit,
every single day.
You take your
I don't like
seat?
This. I don't understand. I don't like it. And I'm always so fast to say totally normal. This is what people do. I can't on this one. I don't like it. No.
Listen, first of all, I wish that I had someone who would prepare me for activities like that. I love the fact that it says the president. I love the fact that it fits in his sport coat pocket. I'm envious.
Size.
Like, I just love it. I wish I had it.
You got those small cards to begin with is because you were envious of Joe Biden's note cards?
Didn't you give me these small cards?
Yeah.
Oh, is that why you did it? because I was envious of Biden.
Yes.
But
But
here's
I
the
couldn't
thing.
find that exact size. I got smaller ones.
Here's where I'm very critical of the president. Okay, I'm critical of the president for lacking the street smarts to not wave it in front of the press. How can you
Michael,
sit there with that
excuse me,
card?
That's
I mean,
the part of the whole problem.
I'm
Don't-
not
like, that's
I'm not offended that he had a cheat sheet. I'm offended that he didn't know enough to hide it, and we've seen this before.
I know, but not to this level. It didn't say you in all caps.
Well, but okay, is it his? Okay, hold on. This is important. So you can't blame the president for the script that says you, all caps, take your seat.
Whoa.
No,
This is not a blame thing. This is what does he need thing.
the point. Okay, that's the point. The point is that someone believes that he requires this level of direction.
Correct.
I
And
mean,
not just
holy
one person.
crap.
That's not just one person.
I mean, my I said this on radio this week. My heart broke for him when he fell off the bike. I have both
By the way,
on
I've fallen off a bike before. That did not faze me one single bit.
yes,
Not a bit.
Teresa, that is my point. My
Oh
point
boy,
is
Teresa. Oh geez.
my
Oh, God.
point is that I use clip-ons for Peloton. I also have a road bike that I use clip-ons for, and I can picture an intersection that is about 2 blocks from my house where I came up to a stop sign last summer and I fell off my bike. But I didn't have the eyes of the world on me, and you wouldn't know it unless I just told you. So my
Right.
heart broke for him when I saw that last weekend, but this is troubling. This to me is just really troubling. You know?
Okay, let's move on. Trump news. Max Burns' piece in The Hill. Headline: increasingly abandoned and isolated. Will Trump burn it all down? This also in the Smerconish.com newsletter and on the website if you'd like to read the whole thing. The lead is this: after the better part of a decade wielding a political brand as untouchable as any in memory, former President Trump is now experiencing a strange feeling: abandonment. In races large and small unfolding in states across the country, the same Republican candidates who months ago clamored for Trump endorsement are now in a race to toss the former president overboard. Dr. Oz is someone that Max Burns mentions very early up in this column, but it goes on to say that this is not a feeling that President Trump is used to. And what will this mean going forward?
I think that the reports of his demise are greatly exaggerated. You know that I have said that there are 3 things. If he wants it, is he solvent? Is he healthy? Is he unindicted? I think a bigger story than the Dr. Oz's abandoning him are stories like the front page of the New York Times today, above the fold: U.S. raids Trump ally home in election inquiry. The Justice Department is clearly conducting an investigation, if not of Trump, of the people around Trump. Now, would Merrick Garland, I mean, we just had this conversation on radio with Ned Foley. Would Merrick Garland indict him? I don't know. There's an alternative path that they could take. It just remains to be seen, and nobody knows for sure. I was in the dental chair yesterday, and Dr. Bookman came in.
Was that on your list?
And he said, so, and of course, at my dentist, I can watch a TV monitor.
Nice.
So I had CNN and the hearing on. So he comes in, looks at me, and then looks at the TV, and he says to me, so what's going to happen with that? And I said, well,
that's a great question.
I said, well, that is going to end when the Republicans retake control of the House of Representatives, but the Justice Department investigation will live on. That's it. That's all I think I know. That is all I think I know for sure. So I'm telling you what I told Dr. Bookman. Okay. Now, can we talk about what's going on down here, please, in 3132?
Oh my gosh. Is that the numbers?
That's what they told me.
Seriously?
You have a problem at 3132.
Oh boy. Oh,
Yeah.
great. Okay. Details later. Julian Zelizer has a piece at CNN.com, opinion piece. What gives DeSantis an edge over Trump?
Pardon me. Where exactly is that posted? That would be at Smerconish.com. Yes, thank you.
Well, it's I know, but it's because you link to all different sources,
Right.
Michael.
Yes.
This piece can be found at CNN.com, but you can go easily to all of these things.
Thank you. Thank you. And don't just hit and run. Don't just vote on the survey question. Make sure that you're taking a look at everything there, including our exclusive content, because we have great stuff, especially today. David Friendly has a piece. He's an Oscar-nominated film producer and good friend, and he is a son of, I was going to say the son, but he has a sibling. He is a son of Fred Friendly, the legendary television, what do I want to say, broadcaster. I mean, he was the guy behind so many key programs. Check out what he wrote.
And also, I was going to say the Julian Zelizer piece on DeSantis is very interesting. You had a poll question earlier this week, the Ronald or the Donald. You had Gary Fineout talking about giving us from Florida a look at who DeSantis is. And he's talking about why he could possibly have an edge. He's talking about his intelligence. He's talking about his experience, etc. If people are sick of the things that they don't like about Trump, could DeSantis be the answer?
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the Donald or the Ronald or the Donald on CNN tomorrow, also with Gary, because I thought it was such a great conversation. And I think we were ahead of the curve on this. So really good stuff.
I have a legacy story for you, Michael, that I think is really interesting.
By the way, I want to properly identify David Friendly. He is an Academy Award nominated producer, a veteran of the film industry. He's writing for Smerconish.com today on the January 6 hearings and how the Stop the Steal movement echoes the era of Joseph McCarthy during the Red Scare of the Cold War. It is a great piece. Really, really great piece.
There's also a piece at Smerconish.com about McDonald's. And in looking at McDonald's, which is saying that they're changing their franchising policies to attract more diverse candidates, it occurred to me that they are making a ruling on legacy admissions. McDonald's is making changes to how it awards franchises in the hopes of attracting more diverse candidates. Starting in 2023, the fast food giant will evaluate every potential new operator equally. In the past, the spouses and children of current franchisees have been given preferential treatment. Isn't that interesting? I didn't know that.
You're kidding.
Yeah. No.
Wait. I posted the story and I didn't know that.
I just thought it was really, because I wondered how they were changing it and what, simplifies franchising policies. It sounded a little insulting. Like, wait a minute, what do you have to do in order to get more diverse candidates? That is really interesting. I really like that. Legacy admissions.
Yeah.
It's everything you talk about.
Very cool.
For your former employee.
I think fondly of McDonald's always. I really
do.
You do. Yeah. It's not, I mean, so many of my generation had their first job at McDonald's. That is not going to be the case. That is not going to be the case for my kids. And that's not necessarily a good thing.
Before we go, I have to get your take on this one. The answer is 18 feet.
Okay.
The answer is 18 feet.
Yeah.
What is the question?
How big is it? How big is it? I hate snakes. But I had to go with that story. So Go ahead, explain.
Florida has nabbed the largest python ever found in the state. She is 18 feet long. Her last meal was an entire white-tailed deer. And do you know how they caught her? Yeah, they used a male scout. It was a total honey trap.
It was a setup.
It was a total setup. They got a male scout, and she thought she was going for a date. She thought she was, that's what it calls it, male scout. Rendezvous in the Everglades, and no, they got her.
Snitches get stitches, say the snakes. Snitches get stitches.
215-pound female Burmese python.
TC,
that's crazy.
I shall see you soon. Enjoy some time off. You have definitely earned it,
my friend.
Thank you, Danny Savalos, Dr. Maz. Thank you, Tara Setmayer. Thank you, Dan, for keeping the lights on. Please make sure everything is here untouched when we get back. I will be on YouTube Live, 7:30 a.m. Philly time tomorrow. One more CNN show tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Philly time. Please register for the Smerconish.com daily newsletter. Check it out. It will roll on. We are like a newspaper. We are like the postman, all right? We're just going to keep chugging. Thank you
Neither
for
rain nor snow.
right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.